Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wrassle Graps. My name is Chris.
My name is Vincent.
4 hours and 36 minutes. That's how long AEW Revolution was, and that's how much wrestling we have to talk about on this review.
Look, I don't care who you are. If you're defending how long these shows are, just because, oh, you get more wrestling out it, bro, it's not about that. You know, some of these matches should not have been on the show. And I'm talking about them trios matches.
I'm talking about them trios matches. I'm talking about Marina.
Some things just shouldn't be that long. Yeah.
I,
Because especially when other things are shortened because of it, you know?
all right, well, let me start off by saying, because I know it sounded a bit negative, I enjoyed the show a lot, but
Me too, yeah.
4.5 hours. Listen, it's Sunday night. I have to go to fucking work. Okay, I have a job, a 9 to 5. Tony, if you're gonna do this, either bump it to 7 or put it on a Saturday for the love of God.
It's just too damn long, okay? For over 4 hours? You gotta be kidding me. You know? Three
If you
hours,
must,
okay, sure. 3.5, maybe, you know? A
if
bit
you if
long.
you must, man, if you must have 4.5 hours of wrestling, at least start it at 7 p.m. for the love of Christ.
Yeah, start early. I mean, the early shows were actually better. Yeah.
That's why I absolutely love when they do All In and they go to Britain because that shit legally has to start at like 1 p.m.
Right. Right. Unless you're watching the show live as well. I mean, catching up on the show is a fucking headache. Okay.
That's for you.
I feel bad. I mean, because I did it. So I mean, you're gonna be wasting your whole day away just watching this show, making sure you catch every single detail. And you know, I do that for you guys. I do that so I can break it down in this review and tell
Yeah,
you
well,
what happened, so you don't have to do that yourself.
sometimes you go through completely legal channels.
They're completely legal and reliable, as they say.
Sure. But let's jump into this. Let's get this review over and done with. 10.5 matches. And I say 10.5 because we started in the middle of the Battle Royal.
So it was like 10 1/4, really.
Yeah, 10 in the corners warfare.
Right. Battle Royal leakage happened on this show.
We're not going to go too deep into this because we didn't see 75% of this match because the
Right.
last 25% was on this show. But yeah, a little back and forth between Jack Perry and Ricochet, and Jack Perry wins. He's the new champion. Ricochet's not happy.
Yeah, he hit a poison rana on the apron and eliminates Ricochet. Surprisingly, I didn't expect Ricochet to lose the title at Revolution.
I didn't. I don't know why, by the way, Tommaso Ciampa was in this when he very clearly stated multiple times he wants the TNT title back. But
Right.
that's another
I
issue.
think they're kind of look. He debuted hot, and I feel like they're kind of messing him up now.
They are not capitalizing.
He debuted hot. He has a cool entrance. I don't know why, and he's a great wrestler. He's been putting on great performances. I don't know why he wouldn't be more of a main part of the show, but whatever.
But yeah, those are the big takeaways here. New champion, and what is Tommaso Ciampa doing here?
That he should be definitely having a one-on-one match with someone cool,
I know people
not
are
like
talking about,
Konosuke.
sure, and I know people are talking about the structure of this match. We can't comment on it. We did not see it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the pre-show. If you think I'm watching the pre-show and the whole entire pay-per-view, you gotta be kidding me. You're out of your
Yeah, you're
mind.
damn right. No, that's like WrestleMania 35 lengths. And look, even I was there, and even as a guy that was there, that show was too long.
Yeah,
But let's get to the first actual match in the show: the Bucks versus FTR. I
this match was about family. That's what this match was about.
I watched this match, and they do like the video package for the Jackson's family. Then they have the kids come out, and I wrote in my notes, "Damn, they're winning for real." That was wrong though.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't let them win the match. They had all their kids come with them to the ring entrance, sit ringside, cheer them on. I thought they were gonna win this, or at least put up a better fight, but they just lost the match.
Well, no, what happens at the end, we all know why now. But I don't know. What did you think of the actual match itself? I wrote entertaining
Okay,
but
look,
very messy.
It could have been better, I think, for FTR and the Young Bucks match. I feel like the kid thing was kind of annoying. Not gonna lie.
I
I mean,
feel
I don't mean to sound bitter or nothing, but
I
have
didn't
it
even
on.
mind that. I just felt like this match was very messy.
I don't know if it was that messy, but
I,
I can see where you're coming from.
I felt like Nick Jackson, he cut too deep when when he got busted open.
Yeah,
And somewhere in between the Passion of the Christ recreation that he was doing there, he was like actually loopy, and then they were trying to work around it.
that could have been the case. I mean, he had the whole Crimson Mask thing going on. Yeah, it's probably the case.
No, but he was bleeding like a lot, a lot.
Yeah, he was actually a little too much.
So I don't know if that's why, but I enjoyed it, but it was also very messy and it's hard not to notice.
He had some cool spots. You know what I mean? I love
But
Stokely being scared. That was cool.
that's always fun. Stokely being able to walk, great
And he could
reveal.
walk. He walked a lot of times.
Big surprise there. But
Definitely.
we get to the end of the match. FDR do win, and then you see something on the screen. It's the Titantron. It says even, then it says Evenge, and then it
Uh,
says Revenge. And then
I was
it's
confused. You know what I mean? I was like, it definitely said even like 2 seconds ago. Now it says avenge.
I'm mad because I sat there before I started adding more letters. I said, "Who is Evan?"
Who's Evan? Evan Bourne is here? Not
I
again.
said, "That's crazy." They couldn't beat the Young Bucks, so he said, "Let's send out the only man that can do the job."
Whatever happened to Matt Seidel?
He fucked up that one move, and he's never been trusted since.
Where is he, man? Is he signed still with the company?
God knows. Only God knows. But it's not Evan Bourne. It's not Evenge. It's Cope. Adam Copeland's back. And so is Christian,
Well, a friend, yeah, his friend Christian.
which they kind of spoiled by having the t-shirt that said Cage and Cope.
On the website?
No, on Edge. He was wearing it.
Well, on Edge. I mean, look, I think he would have known. I mean, coming out during a tag team match, that he would have a partner, and
I know.
someone else would want some revenge too.
I would just like the surprise.
I get what you're saying,
It's the
but
first of a couple
it
of
was very
surprises.
obvious, you know.
First couple of surprises tonight. Not all of them great, and we're gonna get to
I
that.
think that the surprises were predictable, and then there was like one that was like unpredictable. Like I couldn't see that coming. Yeah,
Well, fair enough.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I'm glad to see Edge and Christian back. Looking forward to their rematch at Double or Nothing. But let's move on here. Marina versus Tony Storm.
Hell yeah, Marina Tony Storm is what I would say if I enjoyed the match. But it was okay.
This match pissed me off, and I'll tell you why. Because they have this match, it's 10 minutes long, and I said to myself, look, there's really no reason for this to be on the show, but at least now the feud is over, and we don't have to do this anymore.
I
Not
would have
only,
appreciated it if it was shorter.
not only are we still doing this, and it's still happening, but we get a no holds barred match between the two on free TV. So that begs the question: why even do this match here?
That's fair. It didn't need to be on the show necessarily. But I get what they were going for. It didn't need to be here.
So you get a very short, like less than 10-minute match. Tony Storm, Rina Shafir,
Everybody was
some
there from ringside though.
everybody's fan from ringside. All I remember is the feet biting because there was a weird amount of it.
Right.
Uh, and then Tony Storm, she wins, goes up to the top of the ramp, and then everyone's favorite wrestler, Ronda Rousey, shows up, and
Surprisingly.
she's like, "Hey, come back here." And she goes back in the ring, and they're just like talking. All of a sudden, security and the ref show up, like, "Hey, whoa, 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 hey, calm down, calm down."
Well, she was calling out Tony Storm, you see, and Tony Storm was like, "Okay, you want to call me out? I'm coming to the ring and face off with you." And they were
There
facing
is
off, and then all of a sudden the referees came in and broke it up.
there is no proof that it could have just been her wanting to say, "Hey, funny gimmick."
It could have been. Could have been. She could have did all that just to do that. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? What could have happened? It's Ronda Rousey. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, we all know that. Uh, but yeah, she didn't touch her. But Marina Shafir, she cheap shots Tony, and now we get that match again on Wednesday.
Lovely. Yeah. Totally gonna watch the match. And probably think the same things. I think. Look, I think that a hardcore gimmick on it makes it maybe a little more interesting.
Okay, but you know what's gonna happen is it's gonna be like 10 minutes, and then Ronda's gonna help Marina win, or just gonna jump Tony.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see Ronda in a setting like this. I feel like the WWE setting a little bit too goofy for her. I feel like a Death Rider setting is a lot more fitting to Ronda Rousey. I also think she could bring something to AEW that she might not be as big of a name as she used to be, but she's still a big name. You know what I mean?
Look, Ronda Rousey's personal history aside, 'cause I know she said some very controversial things.
She
I
has.
get it. I don't know enough about them, but I know they were stupid, and we're gonna acknowledge that. What I will say for certain is very odd choice to have her show up here, knowing that she's fighting Gina Carano in like a couple months.
I mean, what do you mean by that? I mean, if
Because
anything,
now,
you for now, you know.
because like, you think she's gonna lose when she has like a real UFC fight coming up?
Is it a UFC fight or is it just
Yeah.
an MMA fight for someone else?
Well, it's an MMA fight, but it's like on Netflix, so it's like kind of a big deal, but like it's not UFC.
Okay, right. So it's not a UFC fight; it's just an MMA fight.
But still, you know, she is gonna have a real like MMA fight,
Yeah,
and we all know how she gets about how she's presented.
right. I mean, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But I think this could be good, and she has the previous pro wrestling experience, so we'll see what she does in this kind of setting. Like I said. As for Marina Shafir, I feel like she needs to do more suplexes, and that's that.
Just not enough. Just not enough.
More suplexes, less of whatever the strikes are, because they keep saying they're the hardest, and then everyone else is striking harder than her, and it makes her look bad.
All right. Well, now we get to move on to something more positive. Not only my match of the night, but my match of the year so far, Moxley versus Takeshita. What a great match.
I was going to say the same exact thing and praise the match for being very, very good. A little bit, maybe a little much, a little much. Usually, I do feel the same way about many other AEW matches, but it's still incredible.
I I love this match. You know, I love this match because Takeshita did that thing where he kicks out at one. I didn't even get mad. I was
I
just so into
did
it,
get mad, but I said, hold it in, hold it in. You have to enjoy the moment.
and I did. I enjoyed everything about it. I wasn't even mad when Takeshita didn't win.
I I I was mad. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty mad. I was like, the fuck? Why do you make him do all that and then he just fucking loses?
It was such a good match. I wasn't even upset. I just said, man, that's pretty
The
great.
only part that was bad was the ending, but at least it was a winner. That's the best I can say about that.
I'm not even mad about it because of what comes after this. I'm not even mad.
Not really. It's what you chose to say.
Yeah, because listen, you still could get Takeshita versus Okada at Double or Nothing, and that would be
Oh,
very cool.
I wish it was for the
Ideally,
title though.
Okada has a title.
Whatever. You
People
got
forget.
two titles with Okada. I think he already did Trios title and that time.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he has another one. People forget, but he does have it.
That's true. It's true. You know, I guess it doesn't need a title. It has all the drama. Yeah.
Yeah, he already has the air title. So you get that match, and then you get Mox versus the returning Will Ospreay, which
Is that what you want to see? You want Mox versus Will Ospreay?
you know they're gonna have a great match. What's the problem?
Yeah, I'm sure they will have a good match. I don't know if it's the match I'm looking forward to see, but I think it's definitely gonna be a good one.
Both matches have a great story, at least a story that I can get into. I
The
think it'll be
problem
very
with
good.
the fucking Will story was that his neck was already fucked, and then the Death Rider said we gonna fuck it up some more, and then he was
Yeah,
gonna get the same surgery he would have gotten before, and then he came back and they said the Death Riders put him out of action,
yeah.
and that's just a lie, you know. But whatever.
Well, they made it worse.
I guess so. I mean, he would have still gotten the same damn surgery, and I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I'm just saying they made it worse.
They
Whatever.
really didn't have to do that. It was like an unnecessary angle that they went through with. And then now they're trying to make it look like, oh, the Death Riders did this to him.
Whatever.
I mean, Will Ospreay does enough damage to himself taking pictures with weird people. So, I mean, I don't know.
I haven't seen him yet, so until I see him standing in front of a Cracker Barrel with said person, I don't know.
I don't know if they have Cracker Barrel. Maybe they'll be in front of what's that? Nando's. Nando's in front of Nando's.
I'm gonna assume that there's maybe a place called Union Jacks, and when I see him standing in front of Union Jacks with this man, then we can talk about it.
Right. Right. Well, okay. The best I can say is I'm happy to see Will Ospreay back on a wrestling level, and I think his connection with the fans is pretty incredible. The way he came back to the ring and everyone was cheering his name, that was pretty cool.
An awesome vignette. He came out and then he did some cool moves. He almost fucked up his neck a second time when he landed weird on that dive.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely. I was scared, man. I was scared when I saw that.
I saw that and I said, well, that was fun while it lasted. But no, he's fine.
Yeah, man. Imagine, man. Oh god, I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to imagine.
I'd rather not, honestly.
Yeah, that was fucking scary. But he cleared it, so that's fine.
He did not clear it.
Cleared it. He basically did. Okay, he's fine.
I saw that spot. I saw the replay. Bro did not clear that.
It was pretty close. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it was contact.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I wish there was less weirdos in the wrestling world.
I do too. Moving on to no weirdos. I don't know what else.
Hopes. Yeah.
I don't know how to transition from that, but moving on to a match with no weirdos in it, ideally, you get to a replay of the pre-show where they're like, we had Willow versus, what was it, Lena Cross,
Yeah.
the TBS belts, and for some reason, we're making Willow and Lena do double action tonight. They're gonna have a tag team title match too, and Willow's hurt.
Willow's hurt for real.
Well, no, but that was the match. Her arm is hurt.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember, because she's backstage, she's like, "Ow, my arm," and they're
Yeah,
like, "Are you good to go?"
I'm gonna be honest. At some point, you just stop paying attention.
Well, I saw the energy at this point.
No, man, it's not. It just fucking leaves your soul, and then you're like, let's get on with a fucking match. Come on.
My energy left me at the beginning of the Just Beat match, and it came back in the middle of Andrade and Bandito.
Came back. I think I don't know. I feel like I was already done with the show by that point.
No, I wasn't. So we get this match here, and for some reason, she's like, "Look, yes, I'm pretty much injured here, but we're gonna defend the titles anyway tonight. For some reason, has to be tonight."
Sounds like a health risk.
Thank you, Tony Khan, for putting this on the card last minute.
Didn't need to be here, or did it? I don't know.
Again, the issue I have here is not that they had a women's match on the show. It's just if you're gonna do this, why not just have the Lena Cross versus Willow Nightingale match on the show instead? Why was it on the
Isn't this
pre-show?
match fucking short too, by the way?
Dude, you take off. Yeah, it was because they were selling the injury. But you take off this match and you take off the Marina Shafir match. You give that time to just Lena and Willow to have like a 20-minute match. I'm happier already.
Yeah, I think that would be way better. But you know what? We can't have nice things sometimes. Sometimes we have to have a lot of things.
Well, we do get a lot of things, but at least this was short. So
At
you
least
have
that is something I was not saying. I was just like, I need more of this and less of that. And it's like the whole ratio thing is off. Yeah.
look when I'm watching an AEW pay-per-view, especially early on in the night, and I see matches I'm not super interested in like this. Nothing against them, but just they threw it on there at the last minute, so why do I care? You know what I mean?
Right.
So when they do it and it's like, oh, it wasn't even 10 minutes, at least we're moving the night along quickly.
Pretty cool match. But Lita Cross is the new champion.
With Megan Bain, tag champions.
Right.
There's two of
What
them.
did you say? Yeah.
Two of them.
Two people.
Tag
But
team.
Lita Cross made her debut like last month, so it's like way more effective.
More than one person.
Whatever he says.
All right, well, let's move on to Swerve versus Brody King. Before we even get into the match, I loved.
Oh, guys. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right.
I was gonna say I loved Swerve's Candyman gear that he had on. That was very cool.
It's cool. I was kind of skipping to the entrances like I do.
As a big horror fan, I love seeing the Candyman gear. That's very
Don't
cool because
you say his name like 5 times or something, and he like shows up, and then he's like evil.
you say his name 5 times in the mirror, and then he comes after you because you can't keep his name out of your mouth, pretty much, and then he
So
kills you for bothering him naturally.
that makes sense, man. Maybe it's based off Will Smith. You ever think about that?
Well, this happened before,
Oh, it is before. Okay.
like 20 years before. Yeah,
Well, how do you know Will Smith wasn't doing that to other people? You don't know.
I don't know for certain, but I see where the thinking's at. I'm just saying the timelines don't match up.
So do you think Will Smith had some inspiration there? That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that there's certainly some things about it.
Okay. Right. I'll put that one in my flat Earth journal.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So these guys have a match. Swerve and Pretty King. I enjoyed
Certainly
it.
that. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I liked it.
Oh, I liked it. I liked the match. They
I
went
didn't.
like extreme with it, even though it wasn't like a no DQ match.
Hmm.
So they did like the outside with the concrete, the turnbuckle pad taken off, and the steel exposed, things like this. Well, they swerved it.
Right. And they had a ton of cool spots here. There was a spot on the outside where he took off the padding on the floor. I forget what he did. Was it a vertebraker? I think it was a
He did the
vertebraker.
vertebraker on the concrete, but Brody
Yeah.
King said, "Yeah, I'm still getting up," and then he got up. Brody King.
That's the only part of this match I didn't like. He hit the vertebraker. Then I think, did he hit a house call right after? And then he
He
went
hit
for
it,
a
yeah,
pin.
and then he still stumbled, and then fucking. I think that was the part where they did the multiple house calls.
I thought that's cool, but I thought it should have ended after vertebraker on the outside, followed by house call.
That's when sometimes it annoys me, man. Like AEW, they do this a lot where people just get up of shit that should keep them down, and they just get up, and then it's like, well, that put down Kenny Omega. So I mean, like, what does that say about him? But
My
yeah,
problem's not even that he kicked out. I said he kicked out at 1 after a vertebraker
I
on
won. Oh
concrete.
my god, bro, that was fucking annoying. Yeah,
This is a vertebraker on concrete followed by a house call. You should not be moving, let alone kicking out, especially not at 1.
yeah. I
But
look, I didn't like that. I think maybe it should have ended there. I mean, like, let's just be honest. Some matches don't need to go so long, you know.
I know what they're trying to do is trying to protect Brody and make him look strong.
And
You
especially
don't
when
look
the hanging
weak.
thing, the hanging thing wasn't even the most brutal part of the match.
No. But I understand trying to make him look strong. There is nothing weak about having your head dumped on concrete and then getting kicked in the head immediately after and losing. That's fine. No one's judging him.
That's the thing. The point was to make him look like the most dangerous man, or one of them, right? So he has to kick out at one. He has to stumble and not fall down. He has to. But sometimes it should just be over, you know.
I agree, but Swerve
Yeah,
does
he's
eventually
weak.
win after this match. It's very good, but well, not very good, but I enjoyed it. And he goes to get a cinder block to, I guess,
Kill him.
drive Brody. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But then Kenny Omega, that absolute liar,
The fuck is that shit?
oh, I can't make it. I won't be there. Well, what is this?
Yeah, I love Kenny Omega, but what the hell, man? Why'd you do that?
Absolute liar.
You could have the match against Swerve, maybe.
Roaches. How did they tell? Okay, so was the story that he for certain couldn't do it, or he wasn't sure if he could do it? Because that's two different things right there.
I don't even know what the story was, but I mean, it's probably that he was doing the thing. He wasn't sure he was gonna make it. That's probably what it was.
If he's like, oh, I'm not sure, then that's fair. But if it's, oh, I'm not going to be there, followed by, oh, I'm here.
Who
I love
knows?
seeing,
Who
I love
knows?
seeing
All I
Kenny.
know is I love seeing Kenny. I love seeing his returns that he does. He's basically like Roman Reigns, kind.
Don't make him Roman Reigns. Please don't make him modern
He's
day
like
Roman
Roman
Reigns.
Reigns, but he just gets fucking attacked, beaten up, fucking. Well, I mean, he's like the worst Roman Reigns, where he gets like fucking taken out of action
The difference
every month,
is,
and he returns that same month.
the difference is that sometimes with Kenny, it's because he's actually so beaten down that he needs the time. Roman just kind of does it to do it.
Roman's a family man. That's what it comes down to. Roman Reigns wants to be there for his kids, but also he wants to have the pie and eat the cake as well.
Yeah, I think that's how that saying goes. Sure, why not?
Is that not how it goes?
Have your cake and eat it too. That's the saying.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's what it is.
I don't know how pie gets in here now. There's four things. It's a lot. Now just
Yeah, I
three.
got my sayings mixed up. You feel me?
That's just a greedy man right there.
It's a lot of dessert.
Anyway, let's move on to the women's title match. 2 out of 3 falls. Stat versus Tekla. I enjoyed it. Good match.
Very good, as you would expect from a Chris Statlander Tekla match. It's a rematch, of course.
It's a rematch, but I appreciate there was at least a stipulation here to make it a little different.
I didn't like the stipulation. I'm not gonna, because I guess 2 out of 3 falls matches you have to have the quick falls, but it's like annoying as well.
They didn't do it in a way that made it look bad, so I didn't mind.
They did, man. I didn't like the one where she like grabbed the rope. Like the ref was like, "Nope, I don't see that."
That was very in character for her.
Whatever, man. No, that was like 2 minutes. He was like 1 minute after the belt, right?
Yeah, that's very in character for Tekla.
So be it.
She would do that.
Cheesy's no character to me. Forever.
Anyway, she gets the first fold, and Stack gets the second one. They're going for the third, but then the ref gets bumped, and at some point, Tekla goes outside.
That's what
She
it gets.
kicks the ref over. She starts taking his belt. I got a little uncomfortable. Then I was like,
I
"Oh,
was
she just
kind
wants
of
the
I
belt."
would I wouldn't do that if I was her. You know, I'm just saying.
No,
A bit
especially
a
because
bit weird.
she had her own belt too.
Yeah, I don't know why she went through all that. You know, but whatever.
She gets the ref's belt. It backfires so because Statlander starts beating her down with the belt. Sisters of Sin come out to try to help. They get beaten down with the belt. Then the ref shows up. He's like, "Hey, what are you using that belt for, Peter? What's that
Well,
all about?"
he didn't know what happened because he was on the floor.
And then Tekla capitalizes and beats Statlander.
As she would. He would expect her to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I enjoyed the match. I had a good time with it.
And it could have been better. I'll see that. It was good though. It was good because it's the two of them. Of course, it's gonna be solid in ring work.
I had fun with it.
Yeah, he was fun enough. I'll see that.
Now, this is where I got very tired. Jet Speed and Mystico versus the Don Callis family. Because
Jet
this
Set
match made me
Rodeo.
very upset.
Why were you upset?
Because you have the Don Callis family 2 weeks ago beat Jet Set Rodeo for the belts, just to drop them 2 weeks later on a pay-per-view. This could have been done again on Dynamite. Not only that, it didn't need to happen. We didn't need to see this again.
I mean, Mystico was there, so it's different.
You could have done this any other way. I know what they were
And
trying to do. They were trying to get Mystico over and be like, "Hey, it's cool. Mystico is here."
he
I'm
signed.
I'm very happy that Mystico got signed because he's a great talent. But
One of the
also,
best in the world, literally.
dude, I'm tired. It's what 10:30 at this point. 20-minute six-man tag matches. I'm not here for it on the show, especially when they don't have shit to do with anything.
Well, I mean, Jet Set Rodeo win back the titles. I don't know why you're so angry.
I do not care.
And they have a little cool celebration afterwards with Mystico, who is now signed.
I'm happy for Mystico. I do not give a shit about the trios belts.
Why don't you care about these belts, man? These belts mean everything.
They haven't meant a thing for years. Okay.
I feel like it's only been around for like 1 year.
They're only constantly held. No, because the House of Black was trios champions at one time.
I don't remember that time.
I remember that time.
See, they mean something to you.
Because I love the House of Black. That's different.
Yeah,
They were
yeah, but
not
so
treated
how
right.
with this belt.
They were not treated right, and I missed them. That's different.
I wonder where they are now.
I know where one of them is.
Cue the cue the music, the emotional music, and then like it like goes to like the thing where you look back at the past.
Well, I'm not a great
Hold on,
editor.
hold on.
So pause the video. If you're listening to it, go pull up some emotional music. Listen to it for 5 seconds. Think about it and come back.
Yeah, do that.
But here's again, because I like offering alternatives. You take this match off the show, you replace it with a triple threat match. Kyle Fletcher defending his belt, the TNT title, against Tommaso Ciampa and Mark Briscoe. Triple threat match. Because at least there's a story going on there.
Right. Right. I don't know. I don't know what you said. All I heard was Mark Briscoe, and I said no, no.
That sounds about right. You would
Yeah,
do that.
that's actually true.
I don't even think there was a glitch. I think that was just like you just blacked out as soon as you heard Mark Briscoe and you're like, what?
That's true. Yeah, that's what happened.
Then we move to a better match. Andrade versus Bandito.
So I
Um,
didn't put that much in my notes, man. Okay, that makes sense.
okay, so I had high expectations for this match. I liked it, but not as much as I wanted to.
Oh, I like the match for sure. I mean, it was very fun.
I'm not going to say it was their fault. It very well could have been because this is match 8 of a 10 match card. But I, first off, I thought it was weird that the first part of it was focused on them taking off their pants.
It was a little weird, but I mean that's the gimmick, you know.
It's Andrade's gimmick. Why is Bandito ripping off his pants?
He likes to feel part of the party.
He's not an experienced pants ripper. Case in point, it got stuck on his leg.
That's the problem. You know, not everyone could be Andrade.
Then I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, you look like kind of a dork now.
You never would know he's the Ring of Honor champion.
No. But, he rips off his pants and then it gets stuck on his legs so he gets beaten down. Andrade keeps teasing, but eventually he does rip off his own pants. And the bulge was
Was
very
this?
distracting.
It's like is this like his demon? Like he does this during his big matches.
Yes.
The pants were okay. Okay. You know, I'm not
Again,
like I am it.
again, the bulge on Andrade, very distracting.
That definitely is a problem. But I wouldn't bring
I
the
was
pants. You know, I
I
don't do.
wasn't trying to. It's the guy's wearing bright red trunks. It's drawing attention, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta pay attention to the match, my guy. Like, goddamn,
They were focusing on it. This wasn't my fault.
goddamn. But whatever. Didn't you take a selfie with somebody?
He did right after taking his pants off. Yes.
Exactly. That's case in point.
Case in point, indeed. Well, listen, I'm just saying, I would have liked if they took this match a bit more seriously.
It was pretty serious. It was apparently a big match for these two.
It would have been okay, big match. Then don't pause 2 times to take a selfie and take your pants off.
He does that in every match,
I know, but if it's a big match, take it
and especially
seriously.
because it's a big match, he has to take his pants off.
God damn it. Now, usually with the demon with Finn Balor, at least it's like, he's adding stuff on, he's not taking stuff off.
Well, this is different. It's like Andrade with the pants, pretty cool. Andrade without the pants, even better.
Imagine Demon Finn Balor was him just ripping off his boots and his trunks, and he's just like fucking nude. And he's just demon because
I'm not gonna imagine that. What do you mean?
they call him the demon because he's indecently exposing himself to people, and it's like terrifying.
That would be. No, I don't want to imagine that. And that's so weird, man.
Now you gotta think about it, have fun.
You know, why would you do that to anybody in this fucking that's listening to this? What?
What? Andrade can do the gimmick where he's ripping things off, but when
It
Finn
wasn't
Balor
his
doesn't.
fucking. He didn't rip off the trunks. He just kind of ripped off the pants that he had over the trunks. It's like when
That's the
you.
natural.
It's like when you wear the fucking pants over your bathing suit, you know, and then you pull it down and you got the bathing suit underneath.
That's the natural escalation of things. Okay.
People used to wear like pants over their like gym shorts. You know what I mean? People do that too.
Well, the natural escalation is more things come off. I'm just throwing it out there.
And it's you don't want to be indecent exposure. You don't want to be known for that.
I'm not saying you want it. I'm just saying that's the natural evolution of it.
The evolution.
Yeah, it's a mystery. But the match happens. I enjoyed it. I want to enjoy it a little more. Maybe if they meet again, Andrade wins.
Andrade won. That's the best part of the match. Andrade winning.
I think because he wasn't wearing pants.
He won because he didn't wear pants. I mean, he was winning before that, but he had pants on.
I know, but I think he won this one because he got the extra energy from removing his pants.
Is that
Okay.
like his caffeine?
And then, Bandito lost because he lost the aura points from trying to take off his pants and getting it stuck on his leg.
Right. Right. Well, you know what? Another W for the Doghouse family.
Okay, well, we move on now to Orange Cassidy versus and Darby Allin and Roger Strong versus the Dogs, and the most dynamite ass match you've seen in your life.
They should not have been on the show at this point in the show.
Dude, at some point you gotta look at the card. You're Tony Khan, right? You gotta look at the card and you gotta say to yourself, yes, I love giving the fans a lot of things. But at some point, you know, when is it too much? And the answer is when it's more than 8 matches.
Right. That's true. Especially when they all go so damn long.
Right. But this one wasn't too long. It was just, at this point, you're like, just seeing Bandito versus Andrade, it was good. And you're like, let's just kind of get to the point with the Texas Death Match because it's almost 12 in the morning and I got somewhere to be tomorrow, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I thought the Dogs had this in the bag, but it turns out Orang wins.
Yeah, so the Dogs lost. So this was not only should not have been here, but also whoever booked this did a bad job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they did this to the Dogs in that first pay-per-view match.
The only upside was watching it and hearing Tony Schiavone on commentary say that David Finlay was fucking awful. Exact
He's so
quote.
good, man. He's so good.
He wasn't talking about him in the ring. He just said like as a person. So someone's talking about Dave Finlay, and then Tony Schiavone goes, "He's just fucking awful," and
Well,
no
like
one.
he excommunicated his dad because he didn't win a world championship.
That's just fair. I know you're working on doing that.
That's it takes time. It does take time.
Takes time. We've all been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the match happens. They lose. They look stupid. And now we get the coffin match with Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd on Dynamite.
And that sounds like more of a match that should have been on this show, but whatever.
Oh, well.
So,
We'll move on to the main event now. It is MJF and Hangman Adam Page Texas Death Match. 40 minutes of
and they
two
both get
men.
cool entrances.
They do. Heyman gets a cool entrance with a trombone or saxophone player. I forget.
It's a trumpet, I think.
Trumpet player. It wasn't even close, apparently. And then
Yeah, I'm just
MJF.
guessing because it's like a horn that sounds like that, you know?
True. And then MJF, he gets a cool little entrance where he's walking through the desert. And then he has a little monologue and he says, I got something to do. And
He's
he
doing a southern
pisses.
accent.
He's doing actually a very convincing accent. And then he stops to piss on the grave of Hangman Adam Page.
I mean, he was, I guess, foreseeing the future.
I guess so. Because after this we get to witness a 40-minute death match that comes very close to being a snuff film.
It was so, I don't want to say kinky, but it kind of was, yeah.
Were you getting horny watching this match, bro? What the
No, man,
fuck?
that's what it looked like,
This
man. What
was
do you
not
mean?
What do you mean kink?
They're putting the fucking dog collars on. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it was going for. That's what I thought they were going for.
Nah, bro, you're gonna get mad at me for the demon thing. I mean, come on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Look, that's what it was giving. But you know what? I didn't feel that way, personally.
Dude saw one moment of the match and started feeling a certain type of way. Unbelievable.
No, I'm saying, bro, this whole thing, man. You think they weren't enjoying that? Just saying.
No. The whole thing, I don't think that Adam Page enjoyed having a needle shoved through his cheek.
I cringed at that part. I did.
I don't think MJF enjoyed when Hangman took barbed wire instead of flossing against his lips. I don't think he
You see
enjoyed
what
that.
I'm saying? Why I'm saying that, but whatever.
No, I don't. Bro, I don't. I try not to judge people, but if you're getting horned up to this, bro, that's something else.
Someone is somewhere in the world. Someone is.
They
That's
shouldn't
all
be.
you. That's all you need to know.
They should not be. Okay, deathmatch pervert is not supposed to mean that you get off
Okay.
on watching this. Okay.
There is someone out there that was doing that, unfortunately.
There shouldn't be, I try not to shame people, but you should be ashamed if you were turned on
People
during
should
this match.
always be. More people should get shamed. I mean, really. But whatever.
I'm trying to.
More people gotta get shamed. I mean, especially right now. Yeah.
Damn. He's gonna talk about how this was such a gruesome match. Like I liked it because, you know, I just thought that it was crazy the shit that they were doing. A little long. Didn't need to be 40 minutes, right? But these dudes, they did some crazy stuff here, and I gotta respect it.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely. It was a brutal match. I don't know if I really could say I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was pretty brutal. They were doing back to back brutal spots, table spots here and there. I didn't really like the dead eye spots where he went for the dead eye and he would like slam his own knees onto things. That was not that cool to me.
Okay.
I mean, did you feel the same way about that?
No, not really. You know, I
'Cause he didn't like look. I mean, he was just kind of like, "Oh, I'm going for the dead eye," and then he would like put his own self through the table, and it was like, okay,
see, I was fine with it because I've seen this spot before, and I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And at that point, again, you gotta remember, it's like 12:10, 12:15. I'm looking at the phone, I'm like, dude, how much, like, I respect it, but like, how much more of this are we doing? And the answer is a lot more.
glass, fucking a lot of glass. There was a lot of glass going on. Barbed wire, chairs,
Light tubes.
light tube. That's glass. It's light tubes.
I know, real glass.
Real glass. Something CM Punk would be like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna kick your ass." You know,
Try to hit CM Punk with a light tube, he's gonna murder you.
he'll kill you. Yeah,
Man,
just a little bit though.
just a little bit, just enough that you understand. But you said it was
Exactly.
wrong.
I thought there was a chance that Hangman Page could win this match. I did.
There was a couple of times where I honestly thought it was over.
Yeah, I was like, damn, is he really gonna? They're really gonna put his belt back on Hangman Page, and then MJF would sneak it out. You know, eventually he would win the match. That's what happened.
He does. He eventually does by hanging Hangman.
They always fucking hanging these people, bro. It's like fucking Swerve, Hangman, MJF. They all hanging people.
Because they both had the
Like
collars
an
on
even really
eventually.
good. Yeah.
The best part of this match, at least story-wise for me, was when he put the collar in MJF and he starts going, "Not again. I can't do this shit again."
Oh yeah, like changed into a dog collar match midway through the match.
Yeah. So you keep your opponent on your toes.
Keep them on their toes. Is that what you want to say about that?
Keep them surprised. Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing. Yeah, right.
Listen, you described this match as erotic, so I don't want to hear any judgment.
I mean, look, I'm just saying that's what it was giving. I'm not saying
It
that's
was
really,
not giving.
that's what it was. That's what it was doing. But I don't know.
So it wasn't giving that.
I mean, look, they were doing too much. That's all I'm saying.
They were not doing. Okay,
But you know, I didn't feel that way personally.
it sounds a little bit like you
No,
kind
I'm
of
just
were.
saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, you
That's
were
kind
just
of.
saying,
Yeah, I'm just saying. Exactly.
man. Respectfully, I'm uncomfortable. But that's
You,
the
you
end of
look, the match.
Revolution.
That's what the match did. It made everyone uncomfortable,
I was
especially the
actually
crowd,
more.
who were very, very unsure about it.
I was more uncomfortable hearing him talk about people getting turned on watching this than I was watching the match.
I don't know if anyone was. I'm just saying. You know,
You just said there's someone out there.
there definitely was, man. There definitely was. Not saying that's the main point of the match, though.
Whatever the ending spot of this match is, or the end of the spot of the show really ends with Hangman on a stretcher, while Hangman Page is literally kneeling on top of him, raising up the belt.
Yes, and that's what happened. I mean, there was nothing else to follow that up. The match, no entrance, no nothing. It was just a brutal match. Pretty cringy, pretty shocking. Other words you can say to describe it. You know what I mean?
You
And
know
that's
what?
what it was.
Now that I'm thinking about it, quick little note. You might have a point because honestly, Tony Schiavone, that little weirdo, he's got a little too excited watching MJF get hurt by Hangman.
That's why all my homies hate that guy. That's why all of them hate that guy.
Maybe he was the guy getting horned up watching this match.
All my homies hate Tony Schiavone for his commentary and whatever you just said, his freakiness.
But JR's out there, so it's gonna pick up the pace.
JR, man, he should have been there. Maybe I guess he couldn't make it out,
Oh well. I overall am giving this a thumbs up because I enjoyed it for the most part, but I had issues with it, especially the length.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Yeah, look, I can't give it a. I didn't disappoint. I wasn't disappointed with the show. I enjoyed most of what I saw. Some minor issues, a lot length of matches, uh, too many matches, this and that. But I enjoyed it as much as I could for how long it was.
I agree. A little too bloated for my liking, a little too long, but the matches that you're there for, they don't disappoint.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the ones you were there for, like look. Honestly, this is one of the first like death matches in AEW. I was like, I'm not sure if I can say I really did enjoy it, but I will say it did what I was expecting it to do.
See, in my opinion, and this is a quick side note, the best deathmatch type match they've ever had is Moxley versus Omega from like 2019, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was 20 minutes. They did brutal spots, but nothing like this super crazy. And I don't think it crossed the line into a point where it was like, this is too much, but it was definitely like brutal enough to the point where you get the idea.
Most of this match was just shock factor.
Right. And well, with that said, that was AEW Revolution.
Yes. Jon Moxley Takeshita, best match on the show. It might be the best match of the year. It's in the running.
It's my number one so far.
That's definitely a choice. There's a lot of matches you can pick from. Like, Kyle Fletcher has had a few.
I'm just going by what I've seen. That's all.
Kyle Fletcher Ciampa should be up there too.
I haven't seen that one. That was the Dynamite that we did not watch.
And a lot of people are saying last week's Dynamite was a really good match. I forgot who he fought, but yeah.
Never the ones that we watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. But I can strongly say Ciampa and him had a banger. A bit too much finishers, I believe, but it is what it is.
All right. Well, with that said, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I know it was a bit of a long one, but again, 4.5 hours of content, it's going to be a while. If you
Hopefully you enjoyed how much we spoke on this podcast as much as you did how much they put into the show. Because you got more of it. Remember, you got more of it, so it's better. You got more of it, so it's
That's
good.
true. That's true. It's not bloated. We're just giving you bang for your buck.
You really can't complain because you got so much.
That's true. You really can't. And I hope because of that, you give us a like, a comment, a subscribe. Hopefully you're not getting horned up.
48th fucking subscriber because we've been waiting forever for you to subscribe.
You can do it. You can do it. And hopefully you're not getting horned up while doing it. But if you want to, I'm not judging.
Just end the podcast. Just end the show.
As long as you're subscribed, do what you want. If you're listening on a podcasting platform, remember 5-star reviews. Greatly appreciated. And if you want more Wrassle Graps, of course, follow us on the social medias. Guys, thank you again for listening. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.